To call to the stage is Mr. Jeremy Fairman. Hello.
Thank you. So I'm going to continue to do this monologue from Dog Day Afternoon. And in this, um, I've just committed a bank robbery and it's all gone to shit. And I've had hostages, everything has gone wrong. And this is the point where we're about to trade the hostages and leave. And it's this is the calm before the storm. And so I decide to dictate my last will and testament to one of the bank tellers. And it is like a dictation, but it's also like saying goodbye to the people I care about. Can you hear me?
Beautiful. I can hear you perfectly.
Ugh. Being of sound mind and body and all that shit. To my darling wife, Leon, who I love as no other man has loved another man in all eternity, I leave you $2,700 of my $10,000 life insurance policy to be used for your sex change operation. If there's any money to be left over, it is to be given to you at the first anniversary of my death at my grave. I expect you to be a real woman then, and I hope your life is filled with happiness and joy. To my sweet wife, Heidi, 5,000 from the same policy. You are the only woman I have ever loved, and repledge my love to you at this sad moment. And to little Kimmy and Jimmy, I hope you remember me, Jimmy. You are the little man of the family now, and you'll have to take care of them for me. To my mother, I ask for forgiveness. You don't understand the things I did or said, but I'm me, and I'm different. I leave you the rest of the policy and my stamp collection. I want a military funeral, and I am entitled to one free of charge. Life and love are not easy. We all have to bend a lot. I hope you find the places and the people to make you all happy, as I could not. May God bless you and watch over you as I shall, till we meet again in the hereafter. Sweet Leon, my Heidi, dearest Kimmy and Jimmy, and my mother, Sonny. I'll spell out the last name, type it up, and I'll sign it. See,
Oh my God, Jeremy.
That was so good. I got you. That was really
Seriously. I had to pin your father also because I had to watch his face while you were doing this. That was flawless. That was that was flawless. It had every note that you needed it to have. It was just like you were completely in that scene and we weren't even here. Seriously. That was epic, Jeremy. I'm so freaking proud of you. Honestly. Michael, you've been coaching Jeremy on his acting for some months now. Do you want to say anything in this moment? Because this is a pretty monumental moment, in my opinion.
Yes, I do, because there are so many subtleties and layers in this simple monologue, this dictation, and we worked very hard. He worked very hard on getting them. This is not easy. I mean, you have one of the great actors doing it, and Jeremy is. I mean, Al Pacino is there in the bank, and he has all that reality to deal with to help him, and he's pacing, and Jeremy can't do that. And yet he got everything that Pacino got, but from him, from his own self. He wasn't imitating Pacino at all, but he got every nuance, every subtlety, I think, that Pacino got in that scene. And if he had the movement and he was in the bank, I'd say he would be as good as Pacino in this particular area, this particular monologue.
Jesus, how does that feel to hear, Jeremy, coming from?
Good, good. I was terrified, actually. I don't know why. Like I've been getting,
Good. Being terrified is good. That's
but like,
Part of the scene, yeah. It's
but yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good in the scene. But like when you called me, I went, yeah, and then it was all gone. Like
good.
leading up to it, it was like I was terrified, and more so, and I've done it like 100 times already.
okay.
So-
So what were you doing in those moments that you were terrified in your mind that you could maybe not do next time?
No, I was like trying to remember it and everything, and I had the lines up, but but no, I wasn't looking because
No, I'm not laughing at that. I'm just like, what you're saying is, what I want you to realize is when you start worrying about, am I going to remember the lines?
right.
Where are you? Are you in the present?
In the future, no, it's, yeah. I mean,
Let's let Jeremy answer this, okay?
Alright.
Okay.
Where are you? You're in the future, right?
Yeah,
So you're
for
leaving.
me.
Right. Right. You're in the future. What if? What if is always something that hasn't happened yet. And it's very often anchored with things that have happened in the past that have not gone the way you wanted them to. So you're allowing it's like letting you let the dog out and he's going to run into the road. Like you have to be really strictly husbanding your frame, your mind frame in moments like this before a performance, so that you're just constantly bringing yourself back to the present. It could be counting the freckles on your hand. It could be really just paying attention to everybody that's in the space and just staying grounded and present, right? That's how you stay in the now. And then when I called you and you said it all went away, and then boom, you're in character. And so all of that energy, that could be like transformed into fear suddenly became available energy for the appropriate fear and the appropriate energy that you have for that scene. Right? Is that did you want to say something about that, Michael?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. That everything that he felt intrusive before he started was still really there, but it was organic to the scene.
Right.
Everything that he was experiencing
But that's because he
in
did.
room A
Yeah.
was transformed into something organic for the scene, because there was none of that room A. There was
Right.
none of that
Right.
in the performance at all.
Right. And the thing is that you don't have to suffer with the room A before the performance in order to have that energy in character for the scene. I want to spare you, all of you, having to go through that by reminding you that the minute you went into action, everything you needed was there. All the energy you needed was there. Yes, Michael.
The greatest actors suffer from it. Laurence
Okay.
Olivier used to throw up before
Okay,
going.
but I'm not advocating that here in this container.
Okay. I'm just saying that it's part of the thing. I
Okay.
never do that. That didn't ever happen to me. for some strange reason on the stage. Always happened to me in film and television, but never on the stage.
Okay, and I appreciate that. Adele throws up before her performances. Rihanna, Barbra Streisand didn't sing for 30 years because of paralyzing stage fright, right? That doesn't mean it has to be that way, because we can still call up all of the necessary energy and emotion as creators and artists in the present moment. So while I understand what you're saying, Michael, and I know that to be true, my purpose and my mission in life and here is to say that's not necessary.
Right, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
it's unnecessary suffering that doesn't really add to the art. It takes away from our lives. And so
Yeah.
I think your dad wants you to know, Jeremy, that it didn't interfere in any way, you know, whatsoever, because the
But definitely when I moved forward with the speed, it was gone.
right. Isn't that interesting?
It just, I was like, when I'm sitting in place thinking about it, that's when it came up. And then when I just did it, it just,
Yeah, exactly. And so I want you to remember this moment, all of you.
right.
We don't usually have like a tutorial during the showcase per se, like, or a conversation, but I just think it's significant to discuss these things as they're happening so we don't lose any teachable moments here. And I really want you to understand that the higher frequency you can be in the moment, the more available imagination, the more you can drop into every bit of the energy that you need for that scene, because you put in all the work. You know it's already there. It's already in the pot of soup. All the ingredients are in there, you know, and you just proved that. So this was wonderful on so many levels, and this conversation was very important, because I don't want you guys to feel like you have to suffer through and go through all of that just to have good art. We don't need to bleed for our art. We need to live and go through what we go through and then transmute that and alchemize that into our art, but we don't need to put ourselves through that kind of cortisol, adrenaline infusion and disrupt our nervous system balance every time we want to go to make art. It's just archaic from my perspective. So, Jeremy, you blew me away and you blew everyone away today. So congratulations. Congratulations. I love you guys so much. Okay.